Hi guys, welcome to Kim with Kim. I'm Kim. Thank you so much for being here. And today it's actually a little rant. It's a little rant just about everything, because we've been busy. Life is going on. We're grateful. We're blessed. Highly favored and all that. But the world, the world. Congrats to Yemen. Shout out to Yemen for their blockade on any ships going to Israel, because those are the actions we need. That is what we need. That is how we are going to call a ceasefire. Fine, the United Nations can call one, and that doesn't make them stop because it's been done before. But when you mess with trade, when you mess with money, now it's got international attention. Now it's an international problem. So I really do hope that as the year is coming to an end, so does the bombing of Gaza, because it's too much. It's overwhelmingly heartbreaking. So it needs to stop as of it never started. That's when it should have stopped. It should have never started. Also, I just got some feelings about the fact that all of the Tesla vehicles in the US are going to be recalled for the self-driving feature, having that issue. I'm not a techie person. I've ranted here about AI and my feelings on those things and how those things are going to change the world, negative and positive. So when you see something like that, so many people have Teslas because they're great for the environment. It's an electric car. Now that they're going to be recalled, it's every single one of them, because every single Tesla has that self-driving feature, which I never trusted in the first place. So, just cautionary doubt is a normal thing, but especially when you're launching things to society. Tesla's not a new vehicle. It's been out long enough that something like that should have been studied longer before that was made accessible to the public, because now they see how it's abused, how many people are using the self-driving feature and the issues with it. Those things should have been thought of long term before it was released. That's my opinion. Those are my feelings. And I also saw people feeling a way about California approving that sewage water can be, cleaned, filtered, and then re-entered into the drinking water system. Second state to do that after Colorado. That's not shocking to me. And people are upset. People are disgusted by it. It's not that I'm not disgusted. Like the idea of like drinking water, it's not the same. You obviously can't drink sewage water. But the way that I look at it, right? Hear me out. The world is mostly water, right? And when we were growing up, if you were in school and you paid attention, remember the whole water cycle, right? So water's here, gets evaporated, turns into rain, falls back down. Water cycle. The same amount of water is on the earth. More water is consumable as glaciers are melting, but it's the same amount of water. So if water has its own life cycle and water is always going through the life cycle, why is it that people are like, oh my God, the sewage water? I mean, not for nothing. If anyone's gonna do it, I trust California to do it properly. But and maybe they should have started with turning salt water into drinking water first. I feel like more people would trust and come around to that before the idea of sewage water, because they just can't get the image out of their heads. I understand. But like I said, water cycle. It's just the way I see it. So I kind of get why it's not making my mind, go crazy about it. It's just the water cycle. They're just doing it a little faster. But I do think that bottled water sales are definitely going to go up. People already filter their home water, because I know I do. And, I do think it should be monitored extremely close, because when it comes to the US in general, with drinking water, with filtered water, drinking water, county water, everyone has different standards and different levels. Flint still does not have clean water. So, things like that to me are something to take with a grain of salt. Like I said, I would probably feel better if they did converting salt water into drinking water first, and more people would probably feel that way too. But to each its own, whatever is easier to maintain, whatever is financially responsible for the state and gets approved. Because at the end of the day, we know it all goes back to plans and money and technology. But that is innovation. So our resources are limited. And we are getting to a place where things like this should be, explored. Maybe not released to the public right away, like I said. These things are long term. I like the idea of things being studied long term before being released to the public. The same way that vehicles are recalled, medications are recalled, side effects, all of those things to me need to be studied longer before being released to the public, because then you harm people. And that is my biggest problem. People should be protected, not harmed. So that's why we gave up, some of our freedoms to have a country, the world, the society. Like, those things are supposed to work together, and you're supposed to put trust in the place you live. But more and more we see to question that, and we see the ideas of society being challenged. But that's not a bad thing. That's how you get to where we are today. You question the hierarchy and you go from there. I'm going to a Christmas party. I didn't have my ugly sweater doesn't fit anymore. Put this on. So I do hope you guys have a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and that you feel good during all of this holiday time. And if you don't feel good, that's okay. But just know that everything you do it for you. And I hope that gives you a little bit of light and maybe some holiday spirit. Like I said, this was a rant because the world's just going, it's just pissing me off. I work in retail during the holiday season. We're not going to have the best attitude, but that's because people suck. So, any of your friends, family working in retail during the holidays, be nicer to them. And in general, just be nice to people, because why are you leaving your house in a bad mood and spreading that? I think that's so rude. So, I hope you guys have a great time in your, holiday season. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.